and you're just kind of done with life and you want to get out of your head. And so you want to go to someone and you feel like you can't because you've already been to them like day after day after day. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joey Saves, and today I want to be... Actually, hold on. Give me just a minute. Hold up. So today is going to be a little bit different of a video, okay? Today I want to be a little bit more transparent, and I know a lot of you guys may have come to my channel by watching the my transformation video, losing over 100 pounds, and in that video I realized I was a lot more transparent. That's why there was a lot more people that connected with me in that video, and that's the reason why YouTube recommended it to, you know, basically 1 million people. I understand that a lot of you guys that I've talked to especially think that I'm like someone special, someone unique, or have, you know, like just don't have flaws. I know it's a huge thing with the influencer community all across every platform. The purpose of this video is really just to give you more of like an insight into who I really am and kind of just highlight my flaws so that you can relate to those, because I know everyone feels flawed all the time. I know I do. And I just don't want to make it a habit of highlighting all of the, just making myself look good with the lighting and the music and the cuts and the edits, and it just kind of takes away from who we really are and what the point of this platform is really for. It's to connect with one another, not to, you know, make you feel bad or like disconnect. So anyway, with that being said, I just want to talk about some things about my life, you know, so you can understand who I am a little bit more. I'm not going to dig too much into like the weight loss stuff. If you haven't seen my weight loss journey, I'll leave a link, or like right here, you can click a card or whatever. It'll take you to the video that kind of helped my channel explode a little bit, that I dove into all the different problems I was having being so overweight. And of course, if you don't already know, I've lost over 120 pounds. Most of my struggles come from like my self-esteem and not being able to cope with that and everything that sprouts from that, my identity, really. And that's why I'm helping people change the way I am, is because I understand the struggles, I understand the problems, and I also understand how to overcome them. So I understand that there's a lot of people out there, possibly you watching this, who are having problems in your life with your identity or your self-esteem or your confidence or your body, right? It's all the same thing. It all comes from who you identify with. What you really are right now, you're like what results you are right now today, whether you're, you know, obese or you're super fit, you're super confident, you're not confident, you're shy, you're not shy. It's all a result of your identity. For me, I mean, growing up, I was super shy. My dad was like really extroverted, would talk to anyone, would put the spotlight on me in front of anyone new, anyone random, and I would get embarrassed. I would blush. I'd be super shy. I was really quiet. I didn't have a whole lot of friends growing up. I had like a couple of really close friends. Wasn't really too popular. And so that kind of, you know, that's really who I identified with. I identified with that type of person. I identified as someone inferior to anyone. Even if I was like the best at football or the best at shot put or, you know, track and field or even baseball or anything else that I tried, even if I was like truly the best or like really good at that, I still kind of undermined my own ability, undermined myself. And because of that, I didn't perform as well as I could have. And that's the reason why I'm so obsessed now with becoming the person that I can be and being, you know, unlocking more of my potential, whether it's with health, with girls, with confidence, with business and finances, everything, right? It's because I had so much pain growing up that I have evolved into this mindset of wanting to really become someone who is worthwhile. You know, recently I've, over the past few years, I've had some real serious problems with like depression. Okay, and I'll dive a little bit deeper into that. So what I mean by that is I get really anxious about my future. It's because I'm really intuitive. So I think about like where I'm headed and how I'm gonna get there and all the complications and complexities that come along with trying to solve that in your own head. And so I will make myself extremely anxious, right? That's what anxiety is. It's basically ourselves causing ourselves pain, anxiety. And so along with that anxiety comes, you know, depression. It's like brother and sister. They just come together in a same package. And so along with that is like whenever I'm just like getting really fed up or like super anxious about something because I'm not achieving something as fast as I want to, or I start having self-doubts about like what I'm good at or what I should be doing. It's like, oh, well, I haven't succeeded yet, and it's been a year, it's been 2 years, like why keep trying, you know? Then I'll get depressed, and it's like, well, you know, I'm a failure, and then they'll get in this constant loop, this constant negative feedback loop in my head where I'm like, oh, okay, well, this guy is doing extremely well in this and he's only been doing it for half as long as you have. Like, what's the problem there? Like, how come you're doing that? And so it's just me comparing myself to other people. And when I do that, like, I get into this spiral of like, okay, well, you're a failure then. Well, then why are you even trying this? Well, then, yeah, you should have done that. Like, I knew you should have done that. And like, you start getting in this like negative mindset and it spirals, right? Until you get to the point of considering taking your own life, right? And that's not a joke. It's really not. So I want to touch up more on this like mental health stuff and these problems, because this has been a huge problem in my life. And from what I see going on around the world, especially right now today, like, man, dude, suicide rates are up. People are getting divorced like nothing, like no other. There's domestic violence cases are going up. It's bad, because people can't handle themselves. So that's what, I kind of want to jump more into that. But hopping back on topic, it's not fun being in that state, because then it feels like you can't get out. It feels like there's no way out. It feels like there's no point in trying to get out of that state, right? And it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy until, you get to a point where you just kind of expect it to happen, and you kind of know like it's going to be okay at some point. You don't know when, but you're just kind of trudging along in life, and it shows. It reflects in your business. It reflects at your work. It reflects with your relationships, with your family, with your loved ones or your spouse or whatever. It reflects with your friends. It reflects with everything, right? And so I'm sure a lot of you guys have kind of possibly noticed that in some of my videos, where it's just like I'm kind of off. I'm not really like the same. And especially like when I first started making YouTube videos. So I was just a lot more like active and like, uppity back then. I was just super all about it. But then failure after failure after failure after failure, I kept getting beat down over the years. And this is failure after failure with businesses that I started, failure after failure with YouTube videos. If you can see, I have over 360 videos on my channel. Maybe like 50 of them are private or so, but that's over a video a day for an entire year. Now, I know a lot of other YouTubers have done that for a lot longer. They do it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But still, like, I put my heart and my soul for an entire year making a piece of content every single day, which usually took like 5 or 6 hours a day. So it was like a full-time job. Plus I had to make some income and like struggle with that. And it's like, I just kept feeling like a failure, even though I did all that stuff. And, that just contributed to my mental health and like where I've been. I also want to touch on like loneliness, because I'm so obsessed with achieving my dreams. I'm so obsessed with becoming the person I know is possible to become, that I've, to an unhealthy degree, eliminated a lot of things from my life, like friends. Don't have really any friends. I don't hang out with any friends. I have a couple of friends that I'll go out like camping with, like hang out once in a while, but besides that, and I know a lot of you guys are saying like, oh, like you need to have friends. Like, what do you? Yeah, I know, I understand. There's, like I said, to an unhealthy degree, I've kind of cut out my friends and like my social life, but at the same time, you kind of need to understand like where I'm coming from as far as like where I'm trying to go in life and what's required to get there. And so I'm still trying to find that balance, but that's a problem I've been having is, being able to, I guess just being lonely, every once in a while, it sucks, especially if you're in a depressed mood and you want to talk to someone and you feel like you can't. That's a bad place. It's like when you have like a couple people that you can reach out to, or especially if you've been reaching out to those people and you just feel like you're just a burden to them because you're like, you keep going to your mom or your dad or a friend, or like a girlfriend or something, you just go to them because like you're in this like state of depression or anxiety or something, or overwhelm, and you're just kind of done with life and you want to get out of your head. And so you want to go to someone and you feel like you can't because you've already been to them like day after day after day, and you're just like, and then it's this constant battle within yourself. I don't know, that's me, at least. If you can relate to that, I'm sorry you have to go through that. But that's like something that I've been going through, is understanding that other people are important. They're really important to your health, to your happiness. People are there. Like, I'm just fortunate to have people who are able to hop on a phone and like let me vent, or like give me advice, or even take time out of their day to listen to me. And that's something you really got to appreciate, is that like these people, whoever they are in your life, like they're taking time out of their day to be your dartboard, to be your, you know, your backboard, really, just your venting partner, right? And so it's like, I don't know, you just don't want to, you know, you don't want to like lose sight of that and just undermine how important and valuable that is, because after a long time of really not appreciating that, I realized like, man, if I lost everyone and everything, like I wouldn't have this same thing. Like, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have these people in my life. There wasn't really a whole point to this video. I just wanted to be a little bit more transparent with you guys. So I really hope that this is something that you guys enjoy and take away from. And I'm open to hearing whatever you have to say. Post it down in the comments. If you are struggling with these things, if you are an introvert and you are like, you're seriously being inhibited by making more money, or you're seriously being inhibited by going out and finding a girlfriend, or even inhibited by, you know, with the porn addictions, and you want to overcome these things, or if you're overweight and you're inhibited by yourself, like you are your own worst enemy, and you want to fix that, then there's a free case study down in the description. It's a brand new case study that I just released, and it's going to go over what exactly the real problem is, what the root problem is with you and yourself, and how to actually overcome that problem. Because I can probably guarantee right now that if you're like trying to lose weight, or you're trying to solve a problem in your life, you're more than likely trying to use tactics to solve a symptom. So for example, it's like slapping a Band-Aid on a broken leg, right? It's like, you know, going on a diet plan to lose weight, when the real problem is not the diet that you're on. The real problem is your identity and how you see yourself in the mirror, and how you see other people seeing you, and how you identify as the person that you've been. Because if you identified as someone who's skinny, then you would be skinny. It's the same thing like if you identified as someone who is extremely wealthy, instead of constantly identifying yourself as someone who's poor or just can't make money or is bad at making money, the more you identify with that, you know, the more you're going to attract that in your life. It's just a simple fact. So anyway, watch that video if you think it'll help you out. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. So if this video did help, go ahead, subscribe to the channel and like this video, and then also let me know what else you would want to see kind of like this. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next video.